Hello world, this is your boy Paper Robot, and today we're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of Red Dead Redemption Online. Start out with the good. In this clip we're going to go through St. Denis both on story mode and online. And as you can see, the graphics are equally good online as it's in the story mode. This was surprising to me as I expected degradation just because it's an online game. And in open world games, usually what happens is your character is the focal point where it builds a 360 cone of actual assets around you. With online, with up to 32 players, it has to build the whole map. So I expected significant degradation on the graphics and the textures and the lighting quality. However, I found that it's actually very good. Surprisingly, the frame rate also holds up pretty well online. Whether you're traveling by yourself or with your posse, you'll be hitting rock solid 30 frames per second most of the time. Red Dead Redemption 2's graphics are probably the best of the year. Arguably, they may be the best of all time for consoles. And it's good to know that online, this hasn't changed. You might be thinking, well, that's great, graphics are important, but so is sound. So Paper Robot, how does the sound hold up online versus the single player campaign? Let's listen in and find out. Ooh-wee! Now if that doesn't get your heart pumping and your blood rushing, you might want to check your pulse, because you could be dead. Rockstar knocked it out of the park with the sound quality for Red Dead Redemption Online. It's not just that great music, a great background music while you're in combat, it's how well it's integrated. It seems to be timed perfectly. You don't feel like it's random, you feel like it's just like in the story mode, that it's part of the gameplay. It's like they added a microconductor into the game who just follows you around and waits, just for the right time to play an epic score. Here's another example of the song quality. This is just without music, just a random encounter. Wow, it's masterful. It literally gives me goosebumps while I play the game. I can't say enough about the sound quality. The final good for Red Dead Redemption Online is emergent gameplay. These are the random encounters you're going to face just by playing an online game with other players. Whether you're doing your own mission, destroying or ruining someone else's mission, or just running into people, shooting them dead, having a drink at the bar, whatever you want to do. You never know what you're going to get because you never know how someone else is going to react. That's something you just can't get in the story mode. As great as the story mode is, it doesn't account for the crazy people who play online. Here's an example of that. I saw a player just farming cops for no reason in St. Denis on one of the rooftops, so I decided to join in. So I spent about half an hour just killing law officials after law officials just for the hell of it with another player for fun. This is just something I would have never done in a single player campaign because it makes no logical sense. But with online and emergent gameplay, this is the kind of crazy stuff that's going to happen. It's just crazy fun. You may be thinking that at this point, this game's insanely great. Well, it's not all sunshine and lollipops. Let's take a look at some of the bad. We're just going to take a stroll down near the Trapper in St. Denis. Now, just take a look at how alive and vibrant the environment feels. It feels like you're in a real city in a busy part of town, just taking a nice stroll, enjoying watching the people, and knowing that, wow, this is a great open world environment. Now we're going to walk in the same area online, and you're going to notice something. It's a ghost town. Yeah, There's not a lot of people. This is probably the most dense area in the game, and you'll notice there's a big difference. Unfortunately, this is throughout the world. Remember how I mentioned that they did a great job with the graphics? Well, here's the compromise they made. Density. Whether it's animals or people, you're going to notice a lot less of them online. The world feels empty, hollow, and devoid of the charm from the story mode.
Can you get out of the way?
Another negative is the controls, which are at least 10 years behind the times. I'm not sure why Rockstar has not improved their controls since the original GTA, but God, it is awful. It feels like you're controlling your character with molasses on your controller. This is after you get rid of the dead zone and move everything up. Even with all your sensitivity set to the max, it feels like your input is lagging by a second or so. Now, to be fair, this problem exists in the story mode also. However, when you're killing computer characters, it's a big difference versus real players. At this time, there's no manual aim lobbies, so if you're going to play manual aiming, you're going to play at a significant disadvantage. Even with auto aim, it's almost a joke right now on just shooting mechanics, because basically what everyone does is just lock onto you, flick the stick up, hit the button, instant headshot. Boom, you're dead. One shot, one kill. There's no excuse for this. I'm not sure why Rockstar hasn't fixed this issue in the last 3 games they've released, but it's something to be aware of, and it's definitely a big negative. The last bad thing I want to mention is the griefing in Red Dead Online. Now, griefing happens in a lot of online games, so it's not surprising that it occurs in Red Dead Online. However, other games handle it much better. In Red Dead Online, after you've been killed by a player more than 3 times, you can parlay with them, which means you can't kill each other for the next 10 minutes. That sounds great. Unfortunately, that doesn't extend to their posse. So what players do is they hunt you down, they kill you 2 or 3 times, then another member of the posse will chase you down, hunt you down, kill you 2 or 3 times, until you're basically been killed 9, 12 times before you start getting a parlay option even showing up. So they could easily handle this like they did with GTA Online, which has a passive mode where other players just can't hurt you. Hopefully this can be resolved in an update later on. Alright, now let's look at the ugly, which is filled with microtransactions and grinding.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Now, I understand the times we live in, microtransactions are a reality that we have to face. In online games, it's just something that's going to happen now. But the audacity of these microtransactions by Take-Two and Rockstar is an insult to its player base. Now, I expected gold bars would cost maybe you get 100 for $10, reasonable price. But no, they have to take it to the extreme. 25 gold bars for $10. That's the minimum. Now, what can you buy with these gold bars? Well, you can buy outfits. They cost around 20 gold bars per outfit. Some of the best horses, around 40 gold bars. And that kind of leads to pay to win. It used to be that you can actually buy weapons with gold bars, which would allow you to bypass the levels required to buy the weapons. But thankfully, Rockstar and Take-Two decided to remove that. So now you can't buy weapons with gold bars. What I find especially humorous is the description of what gold bars are. The frontier is a lawless place where nothing can be taken for granted, except for the trading power of cold, hard bullion. With gold bars, you can quickly unlock all manner of goods in Red Dead Online, from custom modifications to your weapons, to horse kits, to unique items for your camp. While life on the range is full of doubts and uncertainties, gold bars can be relied upon to set you apart from the pack. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that if you played the beta before December 20th, you will get 15 free gold bars. To ensure that you spend on microtransactions, of course, we have to make sure that the payouts are very low and that the grind is very high. So what kind of money can you expect while you're grinding? Well, the story missions, they don't pay out so well until the end. If you complete them all, you should expect to have between $150 and $250, but that's a one-time thing. Another one-time way to get some money is leveling up. Every 5 levels you get a treasure map, which can give you between $25 and $100, and also a little bit of gold. Not gold bars, mind you, but gold nuggets, which 100 equal 1 gold bar. So what is the best way to make money and grind in Red Dead Online? It's really hunting or fishing. They seem to be the best bang for your buck in terms of time, so I'd stick to those activities. I anticipate in the future they're going to add bank robberies, carriage robberies, other things like that to help you make some money, as well as new items to spend all that money on. So it's just like GTA Online, except with horses and cowboys. So if you like cowboys and horses, Red Dead Online is a game for you. What do you think of Red Dead Online? I'd love to hear you in the comment section. Thanks for watching. This is Paper Robot signing off.